Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia and welcome to our live video series. This one's going to be fun. I really like this vehicle behind me. One of our most popular vehicles online is the Kia Sedona, which throws a lot of people off. It's actually one of our most watched YouTube videos. So we're going to talk about this car today. The one behind me is the SX Tech. That's the top of the line minivan and it's changed for 2020. So we're going to talk about that. Real quick though, if you're just joining us and you're not live, let me show you how to join us while we are live. Every day at 2 o'clock, we go live on the internet and we take your questions, we do all kinds of things. So here we go. Brantford Kia, if you go to YouTube, go to Brantford Kia right there. Just go to the search bar right there, look up Brantford Kia. You're probably already on our page, but maybe you're not. Sometimes our videos are embedded in other places. Anyways, if you refresh that video exactly at 2 o'clock Eastern time, one of two things will happen. You'll either see our live video right here, which is not showing. So what you need to do then at that point is go to the videos tab, which is right here. Click that, and then you will see our live video. If you click that live now, like I'm gonna do right now, you probably get to watch an ad. Oh, we get to watch, Chevy truck ad. If you guys are looking for a pickup truck, Chevy is telling you to buy the Silverado. Speaking of Silverados, we have one. We've got a couple of really nice ones in right now. We always carry vehicles here that are trucks here, used ones that are in very good condition, brand new. We have 2019, just a model just like the one you saw on that ad. We can sell you that in the loaded Denali edition. We have a really nice one that Tim's driving. All right, here we go. Got some comments already. The reason I'm putting those comments up there is because then I can see them on the big screen over there. So we're going to cover a lot today. This one is, of course, the minivan. I want to touch on one thing that we talked about yesterday. One thing we mentioned yesterday, we did a comparison yesterday of why buy a Kia electric vehicle when you could just buy a Tesla. Why buy one over the other? Well, I want to show you a website that shows you something kind of interesting. JD Power rates Tesla electric vehicles as lowest quality auto brand in the 2020 study. Anybody want to guess who got the top spot in the JD Power initial quality study? Right up there. I've edited my sign because Kia is the highest quality mass market brand for what was 5 years running. As of yesterday, 6 years running. So I have this kind of up on my Instagram right now. And just so you know, that's kind of a cool thing for us. No mainstream manufacturer had won this award in the past, only luxury brands. And here we are 6 years in a row, we're the top mass market brand, top overall brand. So kind of a cool thing for us that just happened. And speaking of Instagram, if you want to follow everything that we're doing on video, if you want to keep up with us, just follow me on Instagram at Peter_Brantford_Kia. If you follow me there, I will keep you up to date with what we're doing on video. And more importantly, you can suggest things to me there. And if you have a question about the vehicle that we're talking about, you can actually ask your question in my post, which I always do a post about the vehicle we're doing. And then I will make sure I answer your question as we go live. All right, so covered the business of it today. 3 minutes in, good time to actually start on the actual vehicle. So yeah, when is the new Sedona Carnival launching? So you guys are from not in North America. I can tell you that later. The truth is I don't have an exact date. So usually about 30 minutes in. We go 30 minutes on the vehicles here. And you can ask any question you want. If it's a little bit off topic of the vehicle here, I save that for the end. We'll talk about some of those future things. There is a redesigned model rumored. There are no actual pictures of this model. We'll talk about that in the future. All right, so we've kind of covered our business. Let's go into this vehicle. What I want to point out, maybe I'll just open a new tab here. Yeah, I don't think I'll do that. Point is, when I say Sedona is one of our most popular vehicles, those of you wanting to know the seating configurations of this vehicle, the seating configurations as well as the cargo configurations, I did a video and it's actually been very well received. It's got 100,000 plus views. It's a 2019 Kia Sedona. I will link that in the description below this video once we're done with this video. You can search our YouTube channel and find it, but I'll link it below because that seems to be a popular one just to show sort of the cargo and passenger configurations in this vehicle. And it's an edited video, so you don't have to watch the full 30 minutes. You can skip through some pieces, and it is a little bit shorter video. And we will get back to doing those kind of videos very soon. We started this live video stuff with the COVID stuff. We're still running short staff, so I don't have as much time to edit the videos as I used to, but I'm gonna really push hard to start doing that again in July. All right, so what is the SX Tech model? So a lot of you are aware of the top of the line Kia Sedona, and it has sort of lazy boy style middle seats. That vehicle is no longer. So that vehicle is not here. It's not in the lineup. They simplified the lineup. They took out the very base model. They took out some of the other trim levels. There was a lot of trim levels in the Sedona, and the reality is not every one of them were real big sellers. So what Kia does when they have a lot of vehicles in the lineup and they have less big sellers, they reallocate that money into other things. So less Sedona trims this year, but there is a Kia Seltos, which is doing very, very well for us. One thing I'm going to point out before I answer all your questions, I know somebody's asking how much this money is it. I will answer your question in 1 second. If at any point this video earns your like, my bosses like to see likes. They like to know that I'm engaging with our customers and engaging with our audience. If you like something that I say, if you like the video, if there's something that you like about this video, hit that like button for me. Let my bosses know that we're doing a good job. And if I could earn your subscription, that would be great. I'd love to earn your subscription to our channel. We're trying to grow, and we're doing an okay job, but that's all thanks to you. So again, I won't push too hard, but if there's something you like, do me a favor, hit that like button. All right, you guys want to talk about how much money? Sure, I'll jump into that first. We'll go out of order here for you. Let me just show you what we've got over here. Kia Sedona right here, again, 6 years, #1 for quality. There we go. Kia Sedona right there, $31,995 is where they start right now with the LX model. Super well equipped. There's an LX Plus as well. There's an SX. The one we're talking about today is top of the line SX Tech, $41,695. Now that seems like a lot, but you're gonna see there's a lot in this vehicle. And the thing I love about our minivan is our minivan starts where a lot of, say, Hondas and Toyotas and other minivans kind of go out the door. So you end up at our top of the line here, and that's kind of just like a midline for the other models, and you get more here. You get a lot of features, real good reliability, you get a lot of space, a lot of features, a lot of luxury, and a lot of features that the other vehicles just don't have. So does it have a DVD player? It does not, and let me tell you why it doesn't have a DVD player. Here's the thing with DVD players. One, DVD players, old technologies, just like CD players, just like cassette players, just like 8-track players. It is cheaper to buy an iPad and throw it in the vehicle, throw it on the back of the headrest, or buy an iPad, than to throw those DVD players in. Some of those DVD players cost like $2,000. So we always recommend just get an iPad. We can mount it up there for you. You can probably get more value. We'll talk about that later. It doesn't have a DVD player. We can work that out for you if you're interested in entertainment. What I will talk about here is let's start by looking at the key. This is the key that comes with this vehicle. It is just a key fob. It is a keyless entry vehicle. You can see it has a lot of ability to do a lot of things. I can open the trunk, I can open the side doors, I can unlock and lock it, and I can just keep it in my pocket and approach the vehicle. As I approach the vehicle, certain things become active, like these doors. I can unlock and lock with buttons on the doors. I can just tap that button there, the door will open. Does it have leather seats? Yes, we're gonna show you inside in a second, so don't worry. Coming along the backside here, sharp looking vehicle. This is, again, it just says SX. Even though it's the SX Tech, it will be identical on the outside, so your friends won't know you bought the top of the line, they'll just know you bought a, near the top of the line vehicle, if that's what you're going for. Coming down here, it's also got the parking sensors. We'll talk about how that works inside. There's a lot to show you in the dash, so I'm just gonna zip around the outside here, and then we're gonna work our way through this vehicle. Big long roof rails up top. Can barely see them here, but they're nice up there. They're really big spread, or really long bars, so you can really spread the crossbars when you get them on there. If you're a kayaker like me, you can do well. Are those red taillights? Yes, they are. We'll turn on all the lights in a little while because the lights are actually worth talking about. What's very cool is these headlights are LED. They actually can turn themselves down the road and auto level themselves. Very, very cool lighting system that we don't even have on the Kia Stinger. It's in this car, and we're gonna show you how that works. We're gonna show you the light moving on the wall. Very cool. So that's all coming up, as well as the dash inside is coming up, and we're gonna show you some cargo capacity, some cargo tricks that other minivans don't have. So don't worry, it's all coming. I'm just giving you a preview before we jump in. All right, real quick, let's start to the back seat. We'll work our way to the front seats in a second. When I say back seat, I meant cargo area. So a couple ways to open the cargo area. There is a smart tailgate. What I could do, I could walk up to the back of the vehicle. I could just stand there with the proximity key in my pocket. The lights will blink 5 times in 3 seconds, and the door will swing open. That is a feature you can have. It's called a smart tailgate. It works very well. I haven't set it up to do that right now. This is a sold vehicle. I don't want to kind of mess with the settings too much because they may not want that to happen. The other thing you can do is open the tailgate from in the dash. What I'm going to do is open the tailgate right from the key fob. So I'm going to hold this right like that, and you can see it's blinking, and there we go. Nope, I think. Oh, this one maybe not. There we go. Yep, sorry. So that blinks and that opens. You can see it goes up. You can set the height. So if you had a really low garage, you could set it lower. If you are a shorter person, there is a button to close it right here. So if you want to close it by that button every time, and let's say that's too high for you, we can lower this whole tailgate down. You can set the height whatever you want. So how many miles does it have? It's a brand new vehicle. Here's my buddy Teddy. Those of you who are my regulars, you will know who Teddy is. Teddy is my cargo measuring tool. Those of you that have seen us measure in other vehicles will know that this is a huge teddy bear. He's over almost about 5 feet tall, and he fits quite comfortably on just the one side. So what I've done here is I've thrown the one seat into the floor, and I've thrown the other seat up there like that. And of course, one thing I can do is I can try to do with one hand. I can tilt the seat back further. And let me just try to do that with one hand. There we go. There we go. So I can tilt the seat back further. Teddy gets a little bit squished, but I gain some comfort by angling that seat back. So you can switch that seat back a long ways. These headrests are down right now, which is how they would go to be folded into the floor. If I sat in those seats, and I might do that for you later, we can raise those headrests up. One thing I want to point out back here, over here, when we're talking SX Tech, there's a USB port back there. There are USB ports throughout this whole vehicle. And another cool thing is in the side windows, you can see I'm in the rear window here. I'll try to do it. I'm reaching in a little bit far here. You grab this little tab, you throw it up like that, and although the camera corrects a lot of that light, that shade gives you a ton of extra shade. So if you have kids in the back here, you want to keep the sun off them, maybe they want to take a little nap on the way home from somewhere, you can shut those. And those are on these windows here. They're also on the middle row windows there. You can see the little tab right there. So then there you've got that. So he says, wait, 40-20 seats. So what we're looking at here is 60-40 split in the back. In the front, you have individual chairs. Oh, sorry, the middle row. That's an individual chair, that's an individual chair, and so is that one. That one can fold down. You can see the armrest there, so that can become an armrest for either side of the chairs, or it can fold and tumble, or it can fold and tumble and be removed. So this is an 8-passenger van, and you can make it a 7-passenger van with captain's chairs very easily. Just depends on what you're looking for. One other thing to notice, I noticed the brand new Chevy pickup truck. Since this video started with a Chevrolet ad, they don't have adjustable seating or adjustable height seat belts in the front seats of their trucks anymore, in the newest versions of their trucks. We have them even in the middle row of our minivan. So nice little feature there. I don't know, I think it kind of deserves a like. Looking up here, you're gonna see some lighting up there. You're gonna see vents up there. We're gonna talk more about the venting. That's what the vents are from here in the very, very, very back. Let's walk around to the middle row, look at that real quick, and then we're gonna jump into the driver's seat where there's a lot to show you on this SX Tech model. One cool thing, if you don't want to pull the doors, or if you're like me and you have kids that just yank on the doors, one thing you can do is just touch that button right there, and the doors open. So super simple way to open and shut the doors. Check out this leather furniture here, or leather seating furniture. It looks like furniture, looks nice. So you got the nice leather armrest here. We're gonna put that up for now. Here's the stitching in here though. You got this black leather trim here, red stitching, along with the white piping, and the perforated seats here. So the perforated seats just give that nice just pattern to it. Just sort of looks a little sharper. A lot of adjustment in these seats. What I'm gonna do right now is show you how to get into the back row seats. So real easy thing to do on these ones. So again, this seat moves forward. I can do that again. Some of this is 2 hands. Is it comfy? Yes, it is. I'll show you one sec. So one way to get into the back is just to move that up like that. Now I could have moved that seat further forward and had it right up to touch the passenger seat, but I'm gonna leave it there just because I'm gonna do a little demonstration later in the video about the front seat. Again, a feature that this seat has and no other minivan has. What that does is allows you to easily get in the back. It also gives you a fully flat floor until the front here. Now, some people say, okay, let's deal with the elephant in the room. Why don't we have the stow and go seats? Well, one, that's a Chrysler brand name, so we could never use their brand name. 2, those stow and go seats are smaller and they're less padded. And if you wanted a cargo van as your primary thing, buy a cargo van. If you're taking a lot of luggage all the time, then buy a cargo van, or, you know, frankly, maybe buy a Dodge Caravan and just use the seats temporarily. These seats are designed for comfort. If you want comfort, our seats are among the best in the minivan class, and that's not me saying that, that's what our customers are telling us. These seats, the way they work, they slide forward. You get tons of floor space. When you need to take that 4x8 sheet, you can just throw that in the back. The tailgate will be open a tiny bit with these seats in this position, but the other thing you can do is slide a 4x8 sheet in the middle and fit it in there. So lots of ways to fit that 4x8 sheet that nobody actually sticks in their minivan more than once. And the people that you stick in your minivan 99% of the time are going to have better seats and more comfort. So that's why we don't do stow and go. It's you lose comfort, and these are passenger vans first. Let's jump around this side. I am going to show you those seats there. I'll jump in the middle row, show you some comfort. I've got the driver's seat. Actually, you know what? Why don't I quickly put the driver's seat where I need it, and then I can show you rear seats, passenger space. So yeah, the driver's seat's basically exactly where I need it. All right, let's jump in. There's a preview of the front. We'll jump in this side. I'm going to sit right behind the driver's seat. Now, a lot's going on here. Got the armrest there. If I folded down the seat beside me, I would have an armrest on both sides. This is the most comfortable middle row seat we have in any vehicle. Better than the Telluride, in my opinion. You can see I had the driver's seat set for me. I'm 6 feet tall. I mean, there's tons of space. I mean, I don't know how many inches you want to measure that, but there's almost a foot of space between my knees and that backrest the way I want it. You can see there is a cargo net here. You can see I can shut the door right there. I've got a grab handle to get in or out right over there. That's nice and solid. If I look up, there is a sunroof in the front. If I look up here, actually, I'm going to put the seat back for a second. Oh, I have to do that with the other side. One thing I will show you is there are rear air conditioning controls. We're going to talk about that in a second. They're on the right side there. So rear climate controls, I should say, not just air conditioning. Lighting up there. Down here, we're going to talk about ports. First of all, just like the Telluride, I believe that's like the Telluride, you've got cup holders right here, which are easy to reach. Going down a little further, USB port and a regular plug as well. Close that down. Open this up and you have a little storage area for other things. There is a little phone storage area right up in there as well. So you can plug your USB port in, store your phones in there. Kind of a cool feature. Another thing that's kind of cool is there's a little bag storage. So maybe you have a grocery bag or a garbage bag or even just like a purse or something like that. If you want to hang something off the ground, there's those little plugs everywhere and you can hang that. Somebody says, is it all-wheel drive? The Sedona is not all-wheel drive. So we have a Telluride for that, which comes in at the same price as some of those Toyota minivans that get pretty expensive that do have all-wheel drive. So there we go. Okay, let's jump into the front seat now. One other thing to show you real quick, there is another little hook up here just to hang extra clothes, hang extra things. There's little details like that everywhere in this van, and I'm going to miss a bunch of them, but hopefully you'll sort of get the sense of where some of these things are. All right, we're shutting that door. Driver's seat, SX Tech model. Of course, you would expect a powered seat with a lumbar. There you go. This is, are the seats real leather? Yes, they are. So this one is real leather. Other vehicles that we have are artificial leather. Moving over here, look at those auto. All your windows are auto windows. You can do lock and unlock there. You can lock the rear windows out, adjust your mirrors. One little trick, if you touch these mirrors, I'll show you that in 1 second. Gonna turn the vehicle on for a second. So again, it is a push button start. We'll show you that real quick. I'm not gonna start it up yet, but I turned it to on. See how right now, the right side mirror, I've left that button lit up. I try to open the door a little bit here for you to get a little closer. There we go. That's lit up. When that is lit up, you can turn it off, or you can turn the left side on. When either the left or the right are left lit up, if I throw the car in reverse, sometimes the mirrors will tilt down. It's not doing it right now because it's off, but I believe that is on this car. It is on our Sedona for sure, or Sorento for sure. I thought it was on this car, so I may have to have it on, but anyways, maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. Anyways, you can adjust those mirrors. You can also fold those mirrors in. You can see like that. I'm folding that mirror in. Gives you a little bit tighter space in a garage. If you have tighter space, you can get that there. You'll notice there's blind spot detection right there. I'm going to stay out of that shot. Blind spot detection right there. That will light up orange when someone's in your blind spot, so that works really well. And that also gives you rear cross traffic alert. What does that mean? Well, right over here, when I throw the car into reverse, you see a crystal clear backup camera. My camera took a second to adjust there, but it is a very clear backup camera. You can see the lines in the floor. Now, when you put the car in reverse, if there's someone crossing your path, this car's going to warn you. It's going to go beep, 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 and it's going to be arrows on this side. So you'll know somebody's coming up on this side or coming up on that side. Rear cross traffic alert with that blind spot detection. We're going to turn these up a little bit. Going to turn the fan down here. All right, scrolling down here, we're going to get to the dash in a second. There's a lot more to show you, so I just want to show you the center before I go between the steering wheel. This is a tri-zone air conditioning and climate system. So you can see there is the left side, the rear, or the rear there, and the center there. They're all synced to the same temperature right now, so I can adjust them all together right here from that knob. or I can have the right side adjust their own. I can do the rear to adjust their own. Right now, the rear lock, that means that this rear climate system is locked to this system. So that means that if somebody in the rear wanted to change the climate by adjusting right over there, they would not be able to do that right now because they are locked out and they are synced with us out front. Oops, come on. Sorry, I just get my camera back here. It's arguing with me. There we go. So right now I've got it locked, so that means I have full control over all of the temperatures. If I want my rear passengers to control themselves, I can unlock it, they can control themselves, and they can switch their own temperatures. So dual zone climate control, left side, right side, and the third zone being the rear zone. So dual zone plus that. There's a little clean air button or a clean air section right there. There is a cabin filter in all of our vehicles. Almost every vehicle I know of has a cabin filter now. This is not the cabin filter. What this is an air ionizer. The air ionizer is a non-replaceable. There's no maintenance involved in that, and it takes the allergens and pollutants out of the air. So this van has that, and I think it's worth a lot. I'm an allergy sufferer, so yeah, for sure. Somebody says I should play the radio. Now, here's two problems with playing the radio. They said they want to judge the sound. Well, you can't, because I have one microphone that I'm using, so the sound is only going to be as good as this microphone can pick it up and as good as your computer speakers are. It will sound the exact same whether it's a good system or a bad system, so that's why I don't play the radios in these kind of systems. It doesn't make sense. But this is our sort of do-everything stereo system. You have Sirius XM satellite radio. You have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so you can plug in your systems there. Bluetooth streaming, of course. Everything that we could do right now, we do up here. There is no CD player anymore. I mentioned that earlier off the top. Those have gone the way of the cassette player and the 8-track. They are no longer in vehicles, but everybody streams music from some sort of thing. So you can stream your music. If you want to do Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you're going to plug your phone in right there. If you don't want to plug your phone in, you just drop it right there. It charges on the wireless charge pad. Super helpful there. Automatic transmission has 8 speeds. Going to put it in drive, going to tap it this way, and I can shift my own gears. So I can choose any speed that I want. I'm so mad they made the, oh, you guys are talking about the Optima. Okay, we'll talk about that in 1 second. All right, coming down here, drive modes in this car, comfort, eco, and normal. There is no sport mode in this vehicle, and that makes sense for a vehicle like this. Rump roasters there, heated seats, that is in every single Sedona, and I believe the heated steering wheel is now in every single Sedona as well. This one has an electronic parking brake with this auto hold feature. That means you can let off the gas and it won't move forward, or sorry, let off the brake and it won't move forward until you hit that gas pedal. In addition to our rear backup camera, there are parking sensors back there. So when I back up, it'll beep progressively quicker as I approach something, and that's what we have with that parking sensor right there. Looking straight up, lots to show you here. I have UVO Intelligence in this van. UVO Intelligence is those 3 buttons, but if you see these 3 buttons, what that really means is you have an app that can allow you to remote start this vehicle, to find it, to close the doors, to lock, or not, sorry, not to close doors, but to lock all the doors, do all that. So when you see these 3 buttons in a Kia, especially in Canada, you get that app. That's free for 3 years. Over here, these buttons do not replace these buttons, so you can still open your garage door. You can see there's a compass in the mirror there, but these buttons open your garage door. Looking further up again, try to come back here. Hey, there's a little mirror. I should just peel the plastic off of that. There is going to be plastic in this car because these cars come completely wrapped in plastic, and we always seem to miss something. So let me just rip that off. There you go. Now you can see the nice clear mirror. There I am looking super wide angled. Makes me look a little wider. Hey, nothing wrong with that. But you can see all the kids in the car. So basically, if you got kids that you got to keep an eye on, or even just adults you want to keep an eye on, you can see them through that mirror right there. Kind of a cool feature. There's your touch lights there, or you can turn them all on with the buttons like this. Here's how you shut your power doors, side doors right there. The trunk is right there, and you can turn the power doors off as well to keep those from working there. Yeah, one handsome guy. You guys are making fun of me. All right, dual glove box. That's kind of par for the course for minivans. One below, one above, and 2-tone interior here, lighter and darker. I think it works really well. Remember when I said I was going to leave that seat where it was? I didn't move it too far forward for a reason. This is one of the best features in this minivan. Because you can go to, let's say, go to your school and pick up your kids, you can open the doors from the driver's seat. They're power doors. You just open the rear door from the driver's seat. You can also move the passenger seat forward. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. Hitting that button and the whole seat is moving forward right there. And I'm moving it back. And then same with this button here. The whole seat is moving forward if you look at the front of the seat, it's moving forward and forward and forward and forward. So these buttons are kind of cool because you can create a lot of space right over here. You can open the door, you can let your passengers in, or maybe you have someone elderly person getting in and they're not sure with your car. You can make sure they're comfortable. Hey, I want to lean back a little further. Hey, I need a little bit more legroom. You can create the space for them without having to reach around and sort of awkwardly touch their legs. So kind of a cool thing. You can create space in the front, in the rear, as you need to, right from the driver's seat. And the reason that's kind of cool, again, I earned some likes there. I appreciate that. The reason that's kind of cool is because, like I said, I can open that rear door right here, which I just opened the passenger side rear door. I don't know if the camera can keep up, but there we go. Passenger rear door is just opened on its own with that button. And now as my kids are getting in, I'm moving this seat and I'm giving them more space. So to me, that's a really cool feature in this minivan. All right, one thing I want to show you is lighting. Let me shut that door there. Oh, there's another cool feature there. That display in the center, it's very difficult to get it to the camera to read it clearly. My camera mount's not gonna fit there. That is a crystal clear display screen. So what it's showing me right now is the minivan is crystal clear. It actually looks exactly like the minivan. You can see the lines on the roof. That door is surrounded in orange, and that tells me that it is back. And I'm gonna shut the door now by hitting this button. And you can see that if that orange surrounded door is there, and again, I wish I could show you the clarity of it. It sort of shows it shut. Now that it's shut, it goes back to everything normal. So you automatically gain information. Hey, so-and-so, you left your door open, but you can fix that right from the driver's door, trunk door, whatever else. This screen is incredible. It's very clear, lots of information, lane departure warning. We're going to talk about that. You've also got the driver attention warning system in there, so lots going on. You can check all the driver assistance. I want to talk about the driver assistance, autonomous emergency braking in this car. So if something cuts out in front of you, the vehicle's capable of stopping on its own if you're not paying attention or if you miss something. Very cool feature. All right, what I want to actually show you right now, in addition to those safety equipment that I should have talked about, is the headlights. Right now, you can see those headlights crystal clear. Watch them. I'm going to start the car right now. So let me turn the headlights to the on position, which I'm going to do. There we go. Headlights are on. Watch that headlight beam. You can see that sharp cutoff. Now I'm going to start the car right now. Lights turn on. Watch them. Down, left, right, and back up. So those headlights aim themselves. Now, what's the point of that? First of all, they level themselves to the vehicle, but they also will turn according to, let me just turn the vehicle back to the on position. They will turn according to the way the steering wheel turns. And I can't show you at low speed, but when I turn it on full speed here, they are automatic. Now, the only thing to get those lights to work, in most of our other cars, I haven't tried it with this one, if you leave the headlight position to the on position like it is right now, then they will stay locked. If you bring it to the auto position, at night when they are on, they will turn. So if you don't want them to turn, just turn them right up to there. If you do want them to turn with the steering wheel, you do that. It's a super cool feature that they have. And again, the lights just turn off in the room so you can see a little extra light there. Sharp cutoff, and that means that it's super bright and it's never in anybody's eyes. You've got the great bright lights, but they turn with you. Very cool. Down here, smart cruise control. That means it's smart cruise control with stop and go. Vehicle holds its own distance from the car in front of you. Is the Tesla Model X bigger or the van? The van is definitely bigger than the Model X. We did a Model X in here yesterday. That's part of why some people are asking. This smart cruise control means that you set the cruise control. This will keep the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. Even if you're driving, let's say you set the cruise for 110 kilometers an hour, it will keep the distance in front of you. What if you hit stop and go traffic? The van is capable of slowing down and accelerating all on its own, even right to a full stop. I've used this in stop and go traffic from Toronto, driving back from the Toronto airport to Brantford, and I hadn't had to touch the gas or the brake once, including in stop and go traffic. Would love to see this in virtual reality. That would be kind of cool. I don't think we're there yet, but that would be cool. All right, over here, that blind spot detection, lane keep assist, you can turn those buttons off. There's that plug in the rear that you can turn power up or not, and traction control, that kind of thing. We're gonna step back outside for a second. We're gonna turn these lights to full on, and we're gonna show you what the lighting looks like. And then I'm gonna get to your questions. We're already at 29 minutes. We're gonna go off topic if you want to, but we'll stay on topic for a minute. One thing I didn't turn on is the fog lights. I can fix that right now. Let's do that. All right, fog lights are on. This is the best lighting we've ever had in any minivan. You've got your LED light bar right there. So that's gonna be your daytime running light. Then you've got two lights that are on right now. You can sort of see them there. Not just one, but the second one is on as well. Those lights are LED, and like I said, they aim with the road. so you can see down the road when they steer, and it does that at a little bit higher speed. At the parking lot speed, it doesn't move, but at a little bit higher speed, it will. There we go. How is the van bigger than the Tesla? It is bigger. We talked about that. So we're not going to talk about the Tesla anymore in this video, just because we have a whole video on that and our car yesterday. So different car, different topic. All right, so there you go. Headlights down there, fog lights down there as well. They're still projector beam, nice sharp cutoff as well. You do have signal lights in the mirrors here. Nice cool thing about them is if I look back here, let me just turn the lights on. Whoa, can't reach. Turn them on like that. There we go. So if we see these signal lights here at the front, it gives you kind of a nice signal light. It's not showing up in the daylight here, much better to see in person. But what's cool about those is if you have someone following you, that is a very bright LED light right there, which you can see from beside the vehicle. On a longer vehicle like this, you could have a car beside you right here, and they may not be able to see the signal light back here because they're right here. Well, they will see that light there. It doesn't show up at all in the video, but I can tell you for sure in real life, you can see that really crystal clear. Again, the video's not showing it the best. Coming back here, kind of some nice detailing through the lighting. Sort of segmented look through the lights there, which is kind of cool. There's your signal lights as well. And that is the lighting. So we are at 31 minutes. We've made it the whole half hour. I've showed you this vehicle. I'm going to ask or check with some of your questions. I know a number of you were asking questions. Some of them were a little off topic. I'm going to leave those a little bit. I know you have other questions about Kias and other stuff. So let me just make sure I get to the questions about this vehicle first before we go to the off-topic questions, and we'll continue with that. All right, jumping up here. Take off the wipe with the buttons. Oh yeah, so you can open and close doors with all those buttons. It's kind of fun. A new Optima we'll talk about in a second. Doesn't get the 360 camera, nope. Okay, let's just go through. You guys still want to talk about the Optima? Okay, real leather, yes it is. Is it bigger than the Chrysler Pacifica? We'd have to look at the exact specs. Here's the thing with size. Specs don't matter, and this is why I use Teddy Bear to measure the trunk. Somebody will say, oh, I have an inch more headroom or 3 millimeters more legroom. There are cars that I fit in that are said to be the exact same size as some of our cars. I don't fit in some and I do fit in some. So make sure when you start looking at the specs of cars, when it comes to size, that you go to the dealers and look at these cars yourself. All right. Anything else we got? We talked about the engine, I think. It's a V6, makes 276 horsepower. More horsepower than a 93 Mustang Cobra, just in case you guys wanted to know that fact. We talked about that in the past when I did a video in the past. All right, so new K5 debut. You guys want to talk about that? I have not got any information on that K5. Here's what I do know. Last time I checked with Kia, and I haven't checked with them today, they were introducing the new Optima. It will not be called an Optima. We all know it's going to be called a K5, but up until this point, I haven't seen anything that says that. You guys may be ahead of me because I was working all day. Sedona is also coming all new, but that will be a ways off still. So we're going to start to see the next generation. The Sorento will come first. So the way it's going to work is the replacement for the Optima, which we all know is going to be called the K5, but I can't say that with a Kia uniform on. It's on their website. So which website? Kia Canada? Leroy, tell me if it's Kia Canada or Kia USA, because Kia Canada is where I have to pull my information. Anyway, so the Optima is coming first, and then the Sorento is coming, and Optima is not going to be Optima, it's going to be K5, but Kia Canada, as far as I know, hasn't introduced that. Maybe they have today, but I've been very busy. So Optima or K5 first, then the Sorento, and then the Sedona. Yeah, Kia USA. So that's right, Kia USA has announced the Optima, which is now the K5. Kia Canada has not given us that information yet, so that's why I have to wait for our official information before I can say anything official anyways. Short answer is I don't know. Oh, can I take out the middle seats? If so, how do I go about it? Okay, that's a really good question. Short answer is, earlier in the video we showed you something. Sylvia, just so you know, when this video is done, if you want to come back to it in maybe a half an hour or so, in the description of this video, I'm going to put a link to a cargo video that I did that explains every cargo and passenger configuration in the entire vehicle. Let me just quickly show you here what I'm talking about though. I'm just gonna leave the camera for a second. You'll see me. I don't have anything to set this on, so work with me for a second. There you go, like that. And move forward. There you go, like that. So that's how you move the middle row seat. Or the center middle row seat does this. This one in the center here, it does collapse and it does tumble, and then it can be removed as well. So you can have just the captain's chairs in here. The rest of the vehicle stay in, or the rest of the seats stay in the vehicle. Let me just show you the room right back here. Real quick. If the seats are folded, you have flat down here like that. If they're up, you can see them like that. Let's take Teddy out of here because I don't want to sell him with his vehicle. You have a huge deep well right there behind the seats. So rear seats fold into the floor like that, very simple to do. Middle row seats slide forward like that one there, which gives you a ton of floor space all the way there. I could easily sleep there and more, and I'm over 6 feet tall. I'm about 6 feet tall. So there you go. So that one comes out, it folds down and tumbles, and then it can be removed. These ones do exactly what you see with the side seat, and these ones go in there. So hopefully that helps. But like I said, I will link to a video. It's got 100,000 plus views on our YouTube channel where I did show the sizing, the cargo capacity, passenger capacity. But if I want to take out the middle seats, you can't really do that. So I know what you're getting at. They're designed to not be taken out. So most people, what they do is, you could do it with tools, I suppose. Let me just show you the other side. You'd have to take this piece off the track with tools. They're not designed to be lifted out. What they did with Kia's minivans, many other minivans, they make lightweight seats that fold in the floor, or they used to make really lightweight seats that you'd carry out, and they were complicated to get out. What Kia decided is, let's make really, really comfortable seats. We'll make them do that for 90%, 99% of our customers, and 99% of what those customers do. That gives them all the cargo space that they need. Again, that can still be moved a little bit forward. The front seat can be moved a little forward. You can get all the floor space you need without having to take out those seats. The feedback was the seats are a pain to take out. I just want them to be easy to be moved, and that's why they did this. And the other feedback was the minivan seats are really uncomfortable. So what they did is they made really comfortable seats that do that. So hopefully that answers you. Is it different from the Korean Sedona? I'm not sure. I haven't been in Korea. It is slightly different than the Carnival, but not a whole lot different. The Carnival is what this vehicle is named in other markets. We only have one engine. I believe you guys have a diesel engine in other markets as well. So there we go. I'm going to wrap this one up. In the description of this video, once I get it tagged up in about the next 15 minutes, half an hour, I will include the link to the other videos that I have on the Sedona here, especially that cargo one, which I think covers a lot of the information that people ask about this video. And if you want to ask more questions, ask me in the comments after this video is up. Which trim in the Sedona has ventilated seats? None of them anymore in Canada. This is the top line trim. It does not have the ventilated seats. Move to the Telluride, you'll get ventilated seats and 8 passengers there as well. And from a price point of view, that's really where the Telluride jumps in Canada. So you sort of finish off with this one around $40,000, and then you jump into the Telluride, which is the next step, and you can get ventilated seats in there. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to give me a like on this video if you think I did a great job. Also, if I've earned your subscription, that would be great. And I am off tomorrow. So tomorrow is Canada Day. I won't be here. And we will be back Thursday and Friday. Is there a rack? Roof rack, yes. So roof sidebars are here. So I will be back Thursday and Friday this week. I did talk about the Kia Niro PHEV. We will not be able to pick that up by Thursday or Friday. Not likely anyways. So we will be Niro PHEV next week. We got 2 videos coming on Thursday and Friday this week. So thanks everyone for watching. Have a great day. We will talk to you soon.